Now let's answer this problem. So a 150 millimeter diameter horizontal venturimeter is installed in a 450 millimeter diameter water main. So the deflection of a mercury in the differential manometer connected from the inlet to the throat is 375 millimeters. So ito yung mga pinapasa sa letter A. Determine the discharge, neglecting head loss. Compute the discharge if the head loss from the inlet to the throat is 300 millimeters of water. And what is the meter coefficient? So, duktong-duktong to. So, ibig may factor yung pag-solve natin ng A and B para masagutin yung letter C. So, this problem ay meron ng illustration. So, mas madali na for us to answer this kind of problem. So, here, so nandito na. So, meron na tayong ito yung ating manometer fluid, mercury. So, we have the specific gravity of mercury, 13.6. Ito yung deflection niya. So, in this case, makikita natin na pwede tayong magkaroon ng initial assumption based on the setup of the manometer installed in the venturimeter. So, this is kung mas mababa yun sa 0.1, this is P sub 1, assumption is greater than P sub 2. Therefore, we are expecting P sub 1 over gamma minus P sub 2 over gamma na positive ang value. Okay? So, yun yung ating assumption. Ano pa? So, nandiyan na. Pagkata natin datum. Ito, no? Let's take this as the datum. So, yung datum natin ito. So, yung ating datum ay nagpo-fall yung ating 0.1 and 0.2. So, for our solution, so we are expecting na equal yung kanilang elevation. Okay? So, let's answer this problem. So, just like with the other problems that we encounter, so first, let's consider, okay, yung ating Bernoulli's energy equation. So, sagutan mo natin for our solution. Okay? So, let's answer letter A. Na para sa atin is discharge neglecting head loss. Okay? So, pag neglecting head loss, that means what we are dealing with is the equation of Bernoulli's energy without head loss. So, ito. Okay? So, sulit natin V sub 1 squared over 2G. Yan. Plus P sub 1 over gamma. Okay. Plus Z sub 1 is equal to V sub 2 squared over 2G yan, plus P sub 2 over gamma plus Z sub 2. Okay? So, ayan na yung ating equation. No? This is without head loss. Take note, without head loss dahil nga, ayun yung una nating tanong, no? Neglecting head loss. So, if we continue this solution, so, may iwan na lang is, if you still remember, no, yung ating V1 squared, lagyan natin. So, if you still remember that V1 squared over 2G, or V squared over 2G for that matter. Yan. So, V squared over 2G, okay, equal din sa 8Q squared over pi squared GD to the 4th. Take note, this formula is applied only kung circular yung section ng ating pipe or yung kinonsider nating flow or flow device. Okay, kung circular siya, no? So, 8Q squared over pi squared GD to the 4th. Okay? So, bakit ito ang in-expect natin na lalabas sa equation? Dahil we are dealing with discharge. So, para mas mabilis, no, yung ating calculation. Okay? So, let's proceed. So, dito tuloy natin. So, this will become 8 and Q sub 1 squared over pi squared GD sub 1 to the 4th plus P sub 1 over gamma. Yan. The Z sub 1 is equal to 8Q sub 2 squared over yan, pi squared GD sub 2 to the 4th plus P sub 2 over gamma. Yan. Plus Z sub 2 again. Just like we've mentioned a while ago, nasa isang datum. So, pwede na natin itong cancel out, subtracting both sides with one another, no? So, z sub 1 is equal to z sub 2. So, may iwan na lang, i-rearrange natin in such a way na may lalabas tayong ganito, no? Sa part na equation natin dahil we are expecting a positive value of the difference in pressure head. So, rearranging this one, this will become, so, mas mataas yung P sub 1. So, this will become 8Q sub 2 squared over, yan, so pi squared G D sub 2 to the fourth minus 8Q sub 1 squared over, yan, pi squared G D sub 1 to the fourth is equal to, yan, saan daw natin i-equate. So, this is equal to, yan, so P sub 1 over gamma minus P sub 2 over gamma. And from this setup, we know na applying continuity, so using continuity equation or continuity principle, Q sub 1 is equal to Q sub 2 or equal to dQ na constant. So, pwede na natin tong i-simplify further. So, kung magpares na naman pala sila, so this will become 8 yan, Q squared over substitute na natin yung mga value. This is pi squared G. Ano yung D sub 2 natin? That is 150 mm, 0.15 to the fourth minus 8Q squared over, yan, pi squared G D sub 1 is 450 mm, 0.45 meters to the fourth. And then is equal to P sub 1 over gamma, yan, minus P sub 2 over gamma. So, yan, pwede natin itong i-simplify further. Again, if you want to simplify further yung ating mga equation, let's remember na mas madali sa atin mag-simplify na equation if inuuna natin i-simplify yung mga malalaking values. Or in this case, pwede naman natin i-factor out. So, nakikita nyo ba yung 8Q squared over pi squared G? So, pwede ni-factor out to, no? So, pinactor out natin to. So, this will become, para mas mabilis natin, no? 8Q squared over, yan. So, pi squared G, or gawin na lang natin 9, yan. 9.81 pi squared. Yan. Then, to, no? So, 1 over, yan, 0.15 and raised to the fourth power minus 1 over and 0.45 raised to the fourth power is equal to, yan, so P sub 1 over gamma, yan, minus P sub 2 over gamma. So magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng value ng P sub 1 minus P sub 2 over gamma in terms of Q. So we will have the value of P sub 1 minus P sub 2 over gamma in terms of Q na ito. So this will become 161.19856. Pero putulin na lang natin yan. 3Q squared is equal to P sub 1 minus P sub 2 over, yan, gamma. So this will become your equation number 1. Yan, so equation number 1 natin to. So kung meron tayong equation number 1, we're expecting second equation. So, dahil may dalawa tayong unknown, or in this case, since pressure difference naman ay we consider this as one unknown, so isang unknown na lang kasi lumalabas dito tatlo pa no? So, isang unknown na lang or isang equation na lang ang kailangan natin. So, using the manometer setup, so tingnan natin yung ating illustration ulit. So, using manometer for letter A pa lang yung sinasolve natin, no? So, using manometer, so, tignan natin to, no? So, kung manometer yan, pisa sa taas, so P sub 1 over gamma. So, bababa, positive, no? Plus Y plus 0.375 meter. So, ano ba yung liquid natin? Water, no? Water main. So, water lang yung ating fluid. So, then, ito. So, ito kaya hindi na natin ito nilalagay ng dimension. Now, we know that from your fluid statics, no? Pressure reading or manometer reading, pressure head. So, makakancel out yon. And then, aangat minus, yan, 0.375 multiplied by yung ratio ng kanilang specific gravity. In this case, dahil alam natin na water ay 1, so multiply na natin ito sa 13.6. Actually, that is 13.6 over 1. Para matandaan ninyo. Yan. So, ratio siya. No? Kasi kung hindi water, let's say glycerin or seawater, so iba yon. Okay? So, meters yan. Then, minus y is equal to P sub 2 over yan, gamma. So, yung y is water ulit. So, pwede tayo magkaroon ng mga cancel out na units. Ito, tsaka ito. So, tignan natin kung yung ibibigay sa ating value ng P sub 1 over gamma, yan, minus P sub 2 over gamma ay a positive value. Okay? So, mangyayari ito, ililipat natin sa kabila, no, yung equation. Negative, magiging positive 0.375 times 13.6 minus 0.375. So, lilipat lang natin. So, this will become, it will give us a positive 4.725 meters of water. So, substituting ito, so this is your equation 2. So, since meron tayo equation 1 and equation 2, so you could solve these two equations simultaneously. So, i-substitute na lang natin. So, this will become 161.198563 Q sub 2 or Q squared is equal to 4.725. So, magkakaroon tayong discharge dito na meter per second. Okay? So, medyo na siya, medyo madali na. So, hindi na natin kailangan mag-shift solve dahil nga masyado na yung obvious, no? Diretso niya na sa calculator. Yan. So, it will give you a value of 0.171 cubic meter per second. So, this is your answer. Ngayon, kung ginawa or hiningi na naka-liters, okay, so liters natin ibibigay. Again, etong discharge na to, okay, since we are neglecting head loss, this discharge is a theoretical discharge. Okay, so this is a theoretical discharge. So, ito yung ating Q sub P. Q sub P yan. Okay? So, this is your for letter A. Okay. So, now let's move with letter B. Sa letter B naman, ang sabi, i-consider naman daw natin na merong head loss, no, sa trough na 300 mm. So, ano mangyayari doon? So, yan na natin. Ipakita natin. So, dali natin yung illustration ulit dito. Yan. Ang sabi naman sa letter B, okay, so pinaparap naman sa atin sa letter B ay yung atin naman daw discharge, okay, with head loss equals sa 300 mm. So kung magkakaroon lang pala tayo ng head loss, so let's go back to sa ating solution without head loss. Okay, so without head loss, ito yung takbo ng solution. So nakita natin sa dulo na parang meron tayong head loss dito, no? Kumbaga minus head loss, ganun lumalabas no? So ngayon, paano natin na gagawin dito? So pwede mangyari is bawasan na lang natin ng head loss. Ibig sabihin, minus head loss dun sa isang equation natin. Okay, para tayong nag-adjust, or I should say nagdagdag, no? Kasi pwedeng padagdag di ba? So parang lalabas diyan no, nagdagdag ka na lang ng head loss. Ibig sabihin, yung equation 1 mo, okay, na sinasolve ay mapupunta dito, ito, pero with head loss. Okay? O sige, para mas madali natin maintindihan kung tama ba yon, sasagutan natin siya ng step by step ulit. Okay? So with head loss, so this is E sub 1 minus head loss is equal to E sub 2. So isa-isahin ulit natin. V sub 1 squared over 2G. Yan. Plus P sub 1 over gamma. Okay. Plus Z sub 1 minus head loss is equal to V sub 2 squared over 2G plus P sub 2 over gamma plus Z sub 2. So, I am expecting, no, from this equation, so, maglalagay ako dito ng equation, no? So, this will be my assumption. So, check natin kung tama. Okay? Ang assumption ko is, this will become our equation number 1. So, since magdadagdag lang ako ng head loss, same na value pa rin yung gagamitin ko. So, this will become, the equation na to is 161.198, ano yung ginamit natin? 563, yan, Q squared is equal to, yung difference nila, okay, na pressure head minus head loss. So, this is my assumption. However, kung hindi ganito, okay lang, no? Pero tignan natin. So, let's proceed. So, ituloy natin ito. Yan dito. So, ano to? So, alam natin ulit na, yun nga, yung V sub 1, yung V squared over 2G is 8Q squared over pi squared GT to the 4th. So, i-rearrange na lang muna kaya natin ito. In such a way na, magkakasama yung P sub 1, P sub 2, at yung V squared over 2G. Ngayon, alam naman natin, na kung iisa yung datum, again, so, wala na to, no? This is 0 kasi if you subtract both sides with each other. Yan. So, dahil nga equal sila, so, pwede natin itong i-cancel out. Okay? Or, subtract both sides with the same value. Okay. So, simplifying this one, so, rearrange natin, no? P sub 1 over gamma. Yan. Minus, yan, P sub 2 over gamma minus head loss. O, ganyan yung mangyayari, diba? So, this will become, tapos lipat natin sa kabila. So, V squared, V sub 2 squared over 2G. Yan. Then, minus yan, V sub 1 squared over yan, 2G. So, we know that V sub 1 squared over 2G or V squared over 2G is eto, no? Equal to dito, no? Sa 8Q squared over pi squared GD to the 4th. Take note, this is only for circular section. So, pag simplify natin yan further, so this will become yan, P sub 1 minus P sub 2. I-rewrite ko ng ganito, no? Over gamma minus head loss is equal to yan, so 8 Q squared over, so pi squared G D sub 2 to the 4th minus 8Q squared over pi squared G D sub 1 to the 4th. Bakit Q na lang siya? Because by continuity, we know that Q sub 1 is Q sub 2 na equal sa Q na constant. Okay? So, if that's the case, kapag tinuloy natin tong solution na to, so let's proceed further. So, this will become P sub 1 minus P sub 2 over gamma. Then, nasabi sa atin ng head loss is 300, 0.3 meters is equal to, so, tulad niya ng nabanggit ko kanina, so, pwede natin factor out yung 8 over pi squared G, diba? Then, i-multiply na lang natin ulit, no? Same procedure. So, actually, magbibigay din yan kasi nga lalabas. This is 8 yan, Q squared over yan, pi squared. Ay, ayos natin. So, this is yan, 8Q squared over yan, pi squared times 9.81 times. So, D sub 2 natin, ito, 0.15, yun ulit. 0.15 to the fourth. No? Yan. So, then, minus 8q squared over, yan, pi squared times 9.81 times 0.45 to the fourth. Since parehas na parehas, parehas na parehas yan, diba? So, kung babalikan natin yung equation natin kanina, ito rin yun, no? Ito, nakikita ba? So, same na same dito. Nalagdagan lang talaga ng head loss dun sa kabilang side. So, it will give us the same value, which is, yun nga, yung 161.198. So, kapag tinuloy natin to, this is P sub 1 minus P sub 2 over gamma, yan, minus 0.3, yan, is equal to, ito rin, 161.198563 q squared. So, almost the same, or the same, with my assumption, dun na nakakulay purple. Ayan, ito. So, parehas na yung ating, ayan, na-compute. Ayan. Okay. So, parehas. So, that means tama yung ating assumption. Okay. So, again, if you don't want to go the route of computing this one, since alam mo naman na with head loss lang, idadagdag mo, idagdag mo yung head loss. Make sure lang na tama yung sign na gagamitin mo. Again, if you want to use it in such a way na, you follow this formula or approach, no? Kapag head loss kasi, supposedly talaga yan, plus sa kabilang side. Nililipat ko lang dito sa left, kasi nga minus head loss. Okay, yun yung concept. So, meron na tayong equation 1. So, this will be our equation 1. Okay? And, surprisingly, since wala naman na bago sa setup, no? Kasi sabi sa problem, wala naman mababago 300, yung ano lang, no? Yung inyong head loss lang, no? Na 300 mm of water, yun lang ang nadagdag. So, surprisingly, this equation is the same. So, itong manometer natin ay parehas na parehas ang ating approach. So, kung ilalagay ko dito para for the sake of notes, taking down notes, no? So, equation number 2, using two equations simultaneously, i-substitute na lang natin. So, this will become, 4.725 minus 0.3 is equal to, ayun na, no, 161.198.563 q squared. So, yung q natin dito, so it will give us ayan. So, tignan nyo mabuti, no? Kasi dito with head loss siya. So, ano lang, no? Magbabawas ka lang doon sa iyong numerator, no? Numerator, sinasabi ko kasi nga, babawasan mo ng 0.3 yung iyong numerator. So, para makuha mo yung Q, that is 0.165 yan, 682 cubic meter per second. So, this is your answer. And this answer is, okay, itong value na to is the actual discharge. Actual to. Bakit actual discharge? Dahil naglagay tayo ng head loss. Okay? Kaya actual discharge yan. So, to answer letter C, so madali na. Sa letter C, ang tinatanong lang sa atin is compute. No, balikan natin yung question. What is the meter coefficient? So, meter coefficient. So, ano ba yun, sir? So, wala po ito, sir, dun sa ating unang lecture. When you say meter coefficient, this is also synonymous to discharge coefficient. Okay? Or coefficient of discharge. Parehas lang yon. Bakit ganon? So, on a practical sense, no, kapag, di ba, if maririnig din nyo, ganito yung mga salitaan natin. So, babasahin na yung metro ng tubig. Okay? So, when say metro ng tubig, sabihin yung meter, yung nagme-measure ng discharge, no? Kaya meron tayong previous reading and present reading. O yun yung kinocompute yung inyong discharge sa inyong mga tubig, no? Sa inyong mga bahay. So kaya ang ibang term na ginagamit is meter coefficient, pero we know when you say meter, ang sinusukat talaga nun ay discharge. Okay? So kaya discharge coefficient. So solving this one, so madali na to. So C sub D or C is equal to discharge theoretical over that is discharge actual pala muna. So actual discharge over theoretical discharge. So this is ano ba yung actual discharge natin? 0.17121. So 0.17121 cubic meter per second over, so this is 0.16568 yan for the sake of ano na lang in unison sa ating solution. So that is, so ano yung ating coefficient of discharge? So ang answer natin is 1 point. Ay, baliktad pala, no? Pabaliktad. Yan. So, ang answer natin is 0.96. So, 0.9677. Or, kung in 3 decimal places yan, 0.968. So, ito yung ating meter coefficient, or in this case, yan ay coefficient of discharge or discharge coefficient. So, that is our problem, okay, involving Venturi meter. So, now let's have our sample problems, no, with our discussion on a Venturi meter, pitot tube, okay, standard tubes, okay, o yung mga tubes natin, and gates, okay. Then we have the nozzle. Okay, so let's see, no, kung ano yung mga pwede natin ma-apply na problems na involving those tubes aside or devices aside from orifice. Okay, so let's have this problem. So this is used, no, in the setup of air speedometer. So kaya mapapansin nyo, air yung fluid na nagpo-flow. So nakagaya dyan, an air with W is equal to 12 Newton per cubic meter. This W is the unit weight, no? So it's flowing through a system shown. Yan. If oil na meron specific gravity na 0.827 shows a deflection or manometer deflection of 80 millimeters. And napapansin nyo ba? Zoom natin ng konti. Yan. So the question is calculate the flow rate. So again, kapag sa mga problems sa gito, when we say calculate the flow rate, calculate the discharge, actual discharge yung ating pinapaano sa atin. Okay? So in this case, kung mapapansin nyo, so just like with discussions natin with orifice and the other previous discussion in terms of the fundamentals of fluid flow, alam natin kapag nag-solve tayo, no? So we have principles na sinusundan. So first, yung tinatawag natin na continuity principle or continuity of flow. So ito yung ating favorite na ginagamit natin na A sub 1 V1 is equal to A sub 2 V2 na constant. Ayan. So ayan yung una nating ginagamit. Next, we have what we call the Bernoulli's energy equation o BEE. So ngayon meron tayong dalawa, no, para baka makalimutan natin. So first, we have the ideal o ito yung ating frictionless, and we have the with head loss. So kapag ideal, without head loss to. Okay, so alam na natin yan. So that is yung equation natin. Ito, no, either of these two. So this is E sub 1 is equal to E sub 2. Ngayon, kapag may head loss, E sub 1, pero yun nga, dahil ang concept ng head loss is mag-decrease siya ng ating heads, no? So minus dito sa kabilang side, or kung gusto nyo i-add nyo dun sa side ng point 2 sa kabilang side ng pipe. Okay, And then, we have the concept ng ating manometer, okay, or piezometer. So, either way, kung ano yung ginamit. So, in this case, makikita natin na nagkaroon ng deflection. Ito, yung ating mercury. Mercury ba yung ginamit? O, walang, oil pala. Oil na may specific gravity na 0.827. So, ayan, no? Ayan yung ating illustration. So, yan yung gagamitin natin. Ngayon, since we are dealing with the actual flow rate or flow rate, no? Tulad yan sinabi ko, kapag sinasabing flow rate sa problem, no? Kapag ito setup, compute or calculate the flow rate, ang nasa utak na natin dapat doon is actual flow rate unless specified na theoretical flow rate. Okay? So, in this case, kahit hindi sabihin yung term na actual, sa totoong buhay naman, hindi naman sinasabi na, ayun yung actual discharge, no? Hindi. Discharge lang or flow rate lang. Okay? So, now let's answer this problem. So, ang graph sa atin ay flow rate, actual flow rate. So, first, tingnan mo natin yung setup. So, isa sa mga pwede natin magamit. Magagamit ba natin yung a sub 1 v1 equal to a sub 2 v2? Wala naman tayong velocity. Wala. Pero, meron tayong pwede magamit, no? So, yung continuity of flow, magagamit naman natin yun. Actually, kita mo naman din siya kagad dito na kung ano yung pumasok sa system, yan, equal yan dito sa lalabas sa system. Yan. So, okay na yon. So, kung gusto natin makuha talaga, so, unknown nga lang parehas both sides of velocity. So, lutang yung equation natin. Pero at least we could use, no, to check. Pero, ang magagamit talaga natin, since meron tayong setup na parang manometer, so ito, yung manometer reading natin, calculation, and then the BEE or the Bernoulli's Energy Theorem. So, yun yung pinaka-safe. Why? Because, dito sa setup na to, since ito na sinabi ko sa pitot tube, ay gumagamit tayo ng it's either bent or naka-U na shape, no? Sa, na nilalagay natin sa flow ng ating fluid or flowing fluid. So, in this case, yung point 1 natin dito, ito yung sa bent niya. Ito yung part ng pitot tube. And as I've said or as mentioned, this portion, okay, is known as the stagnation point. Yan. So, pag sinabi ito stagnation point, ang velocity dyan is 0. Kasi nga, nagkaroon ng decrease, no, or pagtama dun sa parang naka-bent na na portion. Pero since isa din yung line of action nila, so pwede sabihin na ito yung blue na to na yung drawing ko. Yan, ito yung inyong datum. So ito yung datum ninyo. Yung point 1 at point 2 niya nasa isang datum. So pwede natin makancel na 0 yon. Okay? So using the Bernoulli's Energy Theorem, so for our solution, so using BEE, so V sub 1 squared over 2G, yan, plus P sub 1 over gamma, yan, plus Z sub 1. May head loss ba na binanggit? Wala. Walang sinabing head loss, walang sinabing frictional effects. So, kasi pag may sinabing due to frictional effects, yan. So, magkukonsider tayo ng head loss. Pero dahil walang binanggit, so what we're going to use is the ideal. So, yung walang head loss. So, is equal to V sub 2 squared over 2G, yan, plus P sub 2 over gamma, yan, plus Z sub 2. So again, nabanggit natin kanina nasa isang datum, so wala na to. Yung ating V sub 1 ay dahil nasa stagnation point, wala na rin to. 0 na din, no? So may iwan na lang yung P sub 1 over gamma, P sub 2 over gamma, at yung V squared over 2, V sub 2 squared over 2G. So i-write natin. May iwan P sub 1 over gamma, yan, minus is equal to V sub 2 squared over 2G, yan, plus P sub 2 over gamma. Or kapag nare-arrange natin siya, since nag-expect tayo ng pressure reading. Why? Because of the manometer. Okay? So, i-arrange natin siya sa pressure reading. Pwede natin sabihin na V sub 2 squared over 2G, yan, is equal to P sub 1 over gamma, yan, minus P sub 2 over gamma. So, ito yung inyong equation number 1. Ngayon, ang tanong is, magiging positive kaya yung difference ng elevation natin? Tignan natin sa illustration. So, here, this is your point 1. Sa point na to, yan. Ito, point 1, no? Ito yung point 2. medyo i-highlight natin. So, alam natin kung ano yung line or point na mas magtutulak sa fluid, no, sa manometer fluid, na mas mababa, that means yun yung mas mataas yung pressure. So, in this case, we could assume na P sub 1 is greater than P sub 2 because of this deflection setup. Okay? So, ngayon, kung yan yung in-expect natin, so dapat, lalabas sa equation natin, is P sub 1 over gamma minus P sub 2 over gamma, yan, is a positive value ng pressure head difference. So, tingnan natin dito. So, dito, so mukhang ganun din. So, kailangan positive. Kasi kung hindi, pabaliktad lang yung assumption natin ng pressure. Pero, sa setup, mukhang mukhang tatama na tayo. Okay? So, meron tayong equation 1. Next, saan natin kukunin yung equation 2? Kasi meron tayong tatlong unknown. Pero, using the manometer, mananegate na natin yung yung isa pang unknown, which is it's either pressure sub 1 or pressure sub 2. Okay? So, using manometer na tayo. So, ngayon, isolve naman natin. So, using manometer. So, kanina ginamit natin yung Bernoulli's energy theorem. So, using manometer reading. So, babasahin natin. So, paano ba tayo magbasa? So, top to bottom, left to right. So, pag pataas, negative ang reading natin. Pag pababa, positive. So, basahin natin. So, P sub 1 over gamma. Yan. Minus plus. So, wala tayong distance. So, mag-denote ng distance. So, let's denote this distance as A. Siguro A na lang. A distance. So, plus A plus So, this is plus A distance plus 80. So, 0.08 meters. Yan. So, then, itong portion na to. So, ito yun, no? So, alam natin na ito kapag ito same, wala, no? Pero may akit tayo. So, minus na. Minus. Yan. Kaso, ibang liquid. Oil. So, yung air natin may unit weight. Pero meron din naman tayong specific gravity sa oil. So, paano gagawin natin pressure head reading? So, minus 0.08. Sige nyo, no? So, anong multiplier natin? So, since binigyan naman tayo ng density ng specific gravity ng oil, so, i-multiply na lang natin yon sa gamma, no? Unit weight ng water. So, that is, ito yon. So, 0.827 times 9,810. Kasi Newton per cubic meter. Yan. Over yung unit weight ng air na 12 Newton per cubic meter. Okay? So, 12 Newton per cubic meter. Yan. So, it will give you a ratio. Then, minus A. Yan. Usod na lang natin ito. So, minus A. Yan. Minus A. Kasi aangat, diba? Then, is equal to yan, P sub 2 over gamma. So, tingnan natin. So, ito, positive A, negative A, cancel. So, may iwan na lang. So, if we're going to rewrite this one, okay? So, this will become P sub 1 over gamma. Diba ito yung na-expect natin, diba? Minus P sub 2 over gamma. Dapat daw yan ay positive. Is equal to, so, lipat sa kabila lahat. So, negative 0.08 plus 0.08 times yung ratio na yon, no? 0.827 times 9,810 ay, yan, over yan, 12. So, dapat yan magbibigay daw sa atin yan ng positive value. So, it will give us a positive value na 54. So, P sub 1 over gamma yan, minus P sub 2 over gamma is equal to 54.0058 meters of air. Kasi air yung ginamit nating fluid. Okay? So, meron na tayong equation number 2. So, this is your equation number 2. So, using two equations simultaneously, so, pwede natin siyang i-substitute na dun sa kanina sa equation 1 natin. So, let's use that equation 1. So, that is v sub 2 squared. So, v sub 2 squared over 2g is equal to p sub 1 over gamma, yan, plus p sub 2 over, minus p sub 2, yan, over gamma. So, i-diretso na natin. So, this will become v sub 2 squared is equal to 2 times 9.81 meter per second squared times 54.0058 meters. Yan. So, your velocity or v sub 2, which is, in this case, the actual velocity. Actual velocity na ba to? Yes. Actual velocity na kasi ito na yung ating lalabas dun sa ating point, no? From point 1 to point 2. So, v sub 2 natin na actual velocity, yan, that is equal to 32, yan, 0.5514, yan, that's yan, 0, 2, yan, meter per second or meters per second. So, ngayon, titingnan natin yung kanyang flow rate. So, for the flow rate, so Q, actual na. So, that is area, okay? Anong area yon? Dun sa area ng point 2 na merong 50 mm na diameter. Ito na yon. So, dito na. Titingnan natin kasi point 2. So, A multiplied by actual velocity. So, Q sub A is equal to pi and over 4 times 0.05 meters, 50 mm squared, times ito, 32.551402 meters per second. Yeah. So, it will give us a value na naka-cubic meter per second. So, medyo maliit yung mag-ibibigay sa ating sagot. So, wala namang unit na required, no? Pero, tingnan natin. So, this is equal to 0.063915. Ito equal to sa 3. Yan. Cubic meters per second. Ngayon, kung gusto natin siyang i-convert, dahil maliit masyado, no? So, para magkaroon man lang ng makatotohanan, no? Parang mas madaling mabasa ng iba pang mga device sa mga laboratory. So, convert natin ito to liters per second. So, ipumultiply lang natin sa 1,000. So, that is 63.91453 liters per second. So, mas madali. Ibig sabihin, 63.91 liters kada segundo yung flow rate natin. Okay? So, this is our answer for problem number 5. Answer this second problem. So, a pitot static tube with coefficient of velocity 1.0 is used to measure air speeds. So, air ulit. So, with water in the differential manometer and a gauge difference of 75 millimeters, calculate the air speed using the density of air na 1.16 kg per cubic meter. So, in this case, nakikita natin air. So, una. So, let's assume, no, or we have our assumptions. So, una, we're going to have frictionless flow. So, in short, kung gagamit tayo ng frictionless flow, what we're going to use is the Bernoulli's energy equation without head loss. So, yun yung una nating assumption. Next, kung meron tayong manometer, so, we will be using manometer reading, no, ng ating manometer fluid. So, in this case, ang ginamit is water. Pero kasi dahil ang ating fluid sa pipe is air na merong density, binigay daw na 1.16 kg per cubic meter. So, diretso na tayo sa solution. So, let's use yung ating equation natin. So, E sub 1 is equal to E sub 2. So, in this case, naka-identify na kaagad na in this problem, ito daw yung ating stagnation point, no, dun sa point 2. So, in short, yung velocity at point 2 is 0. So, this will become V sub 1 squared over 2g, yan, plus P sub 1 over gamma, yan, plus Z sub 1 is equal to, yan, V sub 2 squared over 2g, yan, plus P sub 2 over gamma, yan, plus Z sub 2. So, sabi, nakalagay na dito, then since the stagnation point yung point 2, so 0 na yung velocity dito, so 0 na yung answer natin sa kinetic energy head. So, may iwan na lang is, so may value naman yung ating pressure. So, pero tignan muna natin. So, let's go back muna sa illustration. So, in this case, nakita natin mas mababa yung sa point 2. So, in this case, let's assume na yung point 2 ay mas malaki kaysa sa point 1. Kaya, we are expecting na ganito, P sub 2 over gamma minus P sub 1 over gamma na magbibigay sa atin ng positive value. Okay? Now, kung hindi ganyan ang lumabas at negative, pabaliktad na yung assumption natin. Pero mukhang dahil sa itsura ng manometer deflection natin, so alam natin na kung sino mas nagbigay ng mas mababang level sa manometer fluid, which is in this case water, yun yung mas mataas na pressure. So, let's go back to our solution. So, i-rearrange lang natin to in such a way na magbibigay tayo ng magkakamukhang points, no? So, yung Z sub 1 mo tsaka Z sub 2, so i-denote natin. Let's say ito yung broken line niya, ito solid line. Ito yung elevation niya, ito yung datum ninyo. So, if this is your datum, yung isa lang, so equal yung Z sub 1, Z sub 2. So, 0, kasi maka-cancel, no? Maka-cancel out natin. So, may iwan na lang ito. So, V sub 1, yan, squared over 2G, yan, is equal to P sub 2 over gamma, yan, minus P sub 1 over gamma. So, meron tayong equation 1. So, ito yung equation natin. So, in this case, kung mapapansin nyo rin na itong P sub 2 over gamma minus P sub 1 over gamma, yun yung naging resulting value ng kinetic energy head. Doon naka-equate. So, pwede natin sabihin na yun ay mukhang tama yung napapuntang tama yung solution natin. Pero, let's check pa rin kung magbibigay sa atin ng positive value. Next, let's use the manometer reading na tayo. So, in this case, so let's use manometer. So, ito yung ating point 1 para lang meron tayong reference. Point 2 ito. Yan. So, let's solve. So, this will become, so meron naman dimension na y tsaka 75 mm. So, this is P sub 1. So, using manometer na tayo. Using manometer, anong manometric fluid natin? Water. So, P sub 1 over gamma, yan, plus y, plus, yan, 0.075. Yan. So, ano magiging ratio? So, binigyan tayo ng density ng air. Di gamitin natin density ng water. So, that is 1.16 over 1,000. Okay? So, bakit 1,000? Density ng water at kilogram per cubic meter. So, ay pabaliktad pala. So, 1,000 pala muna. So, pabaliktad. 1,000 pala muna. 1,000. Kasi yun yung manometer liquid no? 1,000. Pabaliktad. Over, yan, 1.16. Yan. Pabaliktad tayo. Okay? Then, aangat. So, dito, yan. Ito wala na to, no? Kaya walang dimension yan. It's equal. Tapos aangat siya. So, minus. Magiging air na lang. So, minus yung air natin. So, that is minus y minus 0.075. Okay. Tapos, is equal to P sub 2 over yan, gamma. So, ito. Cancel out natin. Positive, negative. Yan. Or negative positive. So, may iwan na lang. So, kailangan mapalabas natin na P sub 2 over minus P sub 1 over gamma. So, let's rewrite this equation. P sub 2 over gamma. Yan. Minus P sub 1 over gamma. So, lipat lang sa kabilang side. So, ito yon. This is 0.075 multiplied by 1,000 over yan, 1.16 minus 0.075. So, dapat it will give us a value na positive. So, it will give us a value. Positive ang binigay sa atin. So, positive. So, P sub 2 over P sub 1. Ay, sorry. Over gamma pala. Over gamma minus P sub 1 over gamma is equal to 64. Yan. 2.58017. Yan, 2 meters of air. Okay, kasi air yung fluid ninyo. So, this is your equation 2. So, solving two equations simultaneously. Dito na lang. So, using equations 1 and 2. No? So, using two equations simultaneously, so this will become v sub 1 squared over 2g. I-equal na natin sa 64.58017. So, yun yung v sub 1. Pag sinimplify natin yan further, so, yung inyong velocity sub 1, okay? So, velocity sub 1 natin is equal to, yan, 35.59582817. Yan, meters per second. So, this velocity is theoretical velocity. So, bakit? Kasi gumamit tayo ng theoretical equation for Bernoulli-Energy theorem. So, meron naman tayo C sub V na binigay. So, let's using C sub V, ang hinahanap lang naman kasi is air speed. So, speed, no, tulad ng flow, pag sinabing ganun, so, actual velocity ang pinapahanap sa atin. So, actual velocity, so, V sub A. So, V sub A is equal to C sub V times theoretical velocity. So, V sub A is 1.0 times ito. So, parehas lang pala. Okay? Yan. So, ang answer natin ay same dun sa ating sa parehas lang, no? So, 35.5958 yan na lang, meters per second. So, this is your answer. So, this is actual velocity. So, bakit nangyaring ganon na halos the same? So, kung matatandaan nyo kanina sa discussion natin na gumagamit tayo ng air na fluid. Pag air, no, tulad ng ibang, unlike any other fluid pala, so sa air, mas magaang siya. So, mas mabilis yung molecules. So, from our fluid statics, we know that properties of fluid. So, yung pressure na ibibigay niya, no, mataas, pero meron siyang velocity na napakabilis, no? Imagine 35 something meters per second. So, unlike dito naman kanina sa problem natin, no, do sa isang problem, anong velocity mataas din, 32. So, naglalaro sa ganyan, no, yung mga velocities na ating air. So, medyo mabilis yan, no, halos parang sasakyan na rin, no, parang nagsasakyan ka na. Okay? So, kaya mataas yung value na nakukuha natin sa ganitong klase ng fluid. Okay? So, that's it for our problem number 6. Answer this problem. So, regarding culvert. So, it's desired to divert 5.1 cubic meter per second of water from the pool whose water surface elevation is 45 meters to an adjacent pond whose water surface elevation is 42 meters by means of a short concrete culvert 8 meters long and with both ends submerged. So, what size of the culvert is needed assuming that the coefficient of discharge C is 0.58. So, this illustration, so pinakita na sa atin lahat. So, this 3 meters is the difference between the 42 meter elevation do sa kabilang side ng pond and the 45 meter elevation sa pool. So, this will become your H value. So, ang pinapahanap sa atin itong diameter ng culvert. So, for base solution, so, what we need is this diameter of the culvert. So, gagamitin natin yung ating base formula that Q is equal to coefficient of discharge A square root of yan, and 2G H, no, where this one is the difference, no, ito yung height difference ng elevation natin. Then, this A or area, so this is the area of culvert. So, projected area or cross-sectional area ng ating culvert, and this C is the coefficient of discharge. So, from this case, so yung ating Q, of course, the actual Yan. So, this is your actual discharge. Yan. Actual discharge. So, in this case, so, ang pinapalapit naman sa atin ay T. So, the diameter. So, dito tayo mag-focus sa area. So, since circular naman yung ating section at diameter, pinapahanap. So, area here is pi. Yan. So, T squared over 4. So, ayan yung ating magiging baseline na ating solution. So, meron tayong H. So, okay na. So, ilagay natin. So, H. Our H is 3 meters. So, ano pa yung mga kailangan na value? So, pwede natin siyang i-diretso na, no? From our equation. Yung Q natin binigay, given. Sabi ating discharge daw is 5.1 cubic meter per second. And the coefficient of discharge is 0.58. Okay, so, using those parameters, pwede na natin siya i-compute, no? Or dalhin dito, Q is equal to C A square root of, yan, 2GH. So, Q, 5.1 cubic meter per second is equal to 0.58. Multiply natin sa yung hinahanap natin na diameter using the area pi. So, D squared, yan, over 4. Okay. Then, multiplied by square root ng, yan. So, 2 times 9.81 meter per second squared. Okay. Times height na 3 meters. So, yan. Okay. So, yan yung pinapahanap sa atin. So, our value ng D. Okay. So, better na, so konting tip lang, so pag ganito ang ating mga solution, so better na huwag kayo mag-shift solve. So unahin nyo munang i-simplify yung equation niyo. So let's say yung 5.1 nyo, i-divide nyo muna ng 0.58 na naka-divide din dun sa square root ng 2GH, no? I'm saying this kasi para mas madali na sa atin na mag-compute, dahil kapag masyadong malaki yung shift solve or mahaba yung equation, baka magtagal, no? Lalo na sa mga calculators na hindi ganun kabilis. So kapag ganun na satisfy nyo na yon, so madali na sa inyo magsagot, no? So ang answer dito, so 1 point, yan, bubuin ko na lang siguro 1.208011.549 meters. So yun yung diameter ng culvert, or kung in 2 decimal or 3 decimal lang, 208 meters. Yan. So, this is your answer. Ito na yung diameter ng culvert natin. So, again, kung magsasolve kayo ng ganito na naka-unknown, nasa gitna ng equation, unknown ninyo is naka-squared pa. So, square root yung final part ng solution. So, better na i-simplify nyo muna yung equation before doing shift solve on your calculator, dahil matatagalan yung iteration ng inyong solution, no, sa calculator. So, better na manually ninyo siyang etong 5.1, no, i-divide nyo siya dito sa dalawang value na to. Yan. Tsaka ito. Then, multiply by 4 or divide by pi na rin, no? Parang gano'n, isama nyo na yung pi. Okay? So, yan yung sagot natin for problem number 9. Okay, so now let's answer this problem involving a gate, no, gate problem. So in this problem, it states here that a sluice gate flows into horizontal channel. So nakita niyo yung sluice gate, ayan yung setup niya. So medyo kamukha to nung kaninang or yung discussion natin ng gate, no, yung example ng gate natin. So determine the flow through the gate per meter width. So pinanggit, no, per meter width when y is equal to 1.0 meter and d sub 1 is 6 meter. So ayan, nakikita nyo sa illustration kung ano yung y and d sub 1. Then, assume that the pressure distribution at sections 1 and 2, yung nasa taas, is to be atmospheric and neglect friction loss. So, atmospheric na, may neglecting pa friction loss, so walang pressure, in short. Okay? So, in that channel, used coefficient of contraction C sub C 0.85 and coefficient of velocity C sub V 0.95. So, isa-isahin muna natin yung mga binanggit na given. Mukhang may mga hidden, no, na parameters na binanggit dito sa ano na to, sa problem na to. Okay, parang ano na siya, parang biglang ibinigay, no? So, as loose gate daw is flowing horizontal, yan. So sa mga given natin, so may mga so in words or in problem siya binanggit. So, yung sinasabing determine the flow. So, flow, so ang hinahanap natin ay discharge. So, yun muna. So, yung unknown natin is discharge. Actual discharge. Okay, take note kasi ang binanggit ay word na flow. Determine the flow. Okay, so actual discharge. Next. So, ano yung mga binanggit na given? So, through a gate per meter width. So, per meter width. So, ito yung inyong width na flume. So, that is B, 1 meter. So, ano pa? So, binigay tayo ng Y. Yan. 1.0 meter. D sub 1 is 6 meters. Yan. So, ito daw, sabi sa atin sa problem, i-assume daw natin tong section 1 at section 2 na to, okay, na frictionless and atmospheric. Ibig sabihin, P sub 1 mo is 0 and P sub 2 mo is 0, and you will use Bernoulli's energy equation without head loss. No, kasi frictionless yung inyong problem. Okay, yun yung point nung ano na yun. Yun yung point nung ating problem. So, neglecting losses, frictional losses. Okay? So, C sub C, binigay sa atin, na 0.85 and C sub V na 0.95. So, masasolve na ba yung problem? Yes. So, masasolve natin yung D sub 2. So, for our solution, actually, pwede na dito sa tabi, no? Sa tabi natin siya ilagay. Yan. So, solving yan, for D sub 2. Paano yun? So, using ating coefficient of contraction na D sub 2 over Y. Okay? So, binigyan tayo ng coefficient of contraction, 0.85 is equal to D sub 2 over Y natin na 1 meter. So, D sub 2 is 0.85 meters. So, meron na tayong D sub 2. Now, next natin is, since binanggit na neglecting friction losses and be atmospheric yung condition ng P sub 1 and P sub 2. So, pwede na natin siyang idiretso using the Bernoulli's energy theorem equation. So, E sub 1 is equal to E sub 2. So, that is V sub 1 squared over 2G. Yan. Plus P sub 1 over gamma. Yan. Plus Z sub 1 is equal to V sub 2 squared over yan, 2G plus P sub 2 over gamma. Yan. Plus C sub 2. So, ngayon, ang kinukuha natin ay yung point na nasa taas. So, yung P sub 1, ito yung ina-analyze natin, diba? So, P sub 1 natin, 0. So, 0 na to. So, P sub 2 natin, 0 din. So, ngayon, alin yung gagamiting elevation? So, let's dictate na yung elevation natin dito na lang. So, ito yung ating datum. Ito. So, let's use this as datum. So, meron na tayong magiging values ng Z sub 1 and Z sub 2. No? Meron. So, Z sub 1 natin is our D sub 1. So, in this case, yung C sub 1 ninyo is your D sub 1 and Z sub 2 is your D sub 2. So, ito natin yung equation. So, this will become V sub 1 squared over 2G. Yan. So, 0 na. Plus, ano yung D sub 1 natin? 6 meters. Yan. Is equal to V sub 2 squared over 2G plus 0.85 meters. So, ano na? Okay na tayo. So, rearrange natin. So, this will become, para maging positive, so, V sub 2 squared over 2G. Yan. Minus, pabaliktad, no? V sub 1 squared over 2G. Bakit ganun, sir? Kasi, para maging ganito ang equation sa kabilang side. 6 meters minus 0.85 meters. Yan. So, nire-arrange ko lang. So, this will become, so, 1 over, yan, 2G. Factor out natin. V sub 2 squared minus V sub 1 squared is equal to 5.15. Yan, meters. So, pwede tayo magkaroon ng, actually, ito na yung ating equation 1. No, pwede nating sabihin na ito ay equation number 1 na to. Okay? Kasi meron tayong dalawang unknown eh. So, yung G naman, alam natin, gravitational constant yan. So, next naman natin is, since we are applying yung concept again, pag nag-solve tayo ng ganitong problem, huwag natin kakalimutan, dito, side note. I-note natin, note. So, let's not forget that we are using number 1, Bernoulli's continuity principle or continuity of fluid flow. Okay? So, ayan yung mga ginagamit natin. So, ano nga ito? Sabi natin, Q sub 1 is equal to Q sub 2 is constant. So, ano yung Q na yan? Q is equal to AV. Next, we are still using the Bernoulli's energy equation. So, ayan yun. Nakita natin kanina. So, okay na. Next, we are using manometer reading, no, ng pressure differences. Since wala naman tayong manometer dito at sinabi sa problem na atmospheric condition, yung points 1 and 2, so hindi natin gagamitin tong manometer. Instead, ito lang BEE at itong continuity of fluid flow. So, for our next equation, gamitin natin ngayon yung continuity of fluid flow. Ano nga ulit yun? Sabi sa atin, A sub 1 V1 is equal to A sub 2 V2. Yan. Tanong, alin dyan? Yan sa problem. A sub 1 V1 na yan. Tsaka A sub 2 V2, no, which is yung Q discharge, Q sub 1 is equal to Q sub 2. Ibig sabihin, dito muna sa kabilang side, no, discharge. So, 0.1. So, that is 6 meters by, ano yun, 1 meter. Kasi 1 meter yung width, diba? Multiplied by V sub 1, okay, is equal to 0.85 meters by 1 meter multiplied by V sub 2. So, magkakaroon tayo ng relationship ng V sub 1 and V sub 2. So, di-divide na lang natin. Parang 0.85 divide natin sa 6. So, meron tayong value ng V sub 1 in terms of V sub 2. So, V sub 1 or ito na lang, gamitin fraction. V sub 1 is 17 over yan, 120 V sub 2. So, meron na tayong equation number 2. Yan. So, solving those two equations or using those two equations simultaneously. So, dito na, iyan na natin to. Dagdagan natin siguro. Yan. Then, let's get these equations. Itong equations na to, dalawa. Yan. Okay. Then, this one. Yan. So, meron na. So, gawin na lang natin, i-substitute na lang natin, no, yung ating equation. So, this will become 1 over, yan. Or kung gusto nyo, i-simplify natin na lang further. So, mangyayari, V sub 2 squared minus, ito, nakamultiply, no? Ano yung value ng V sub 1 natin? So, that is 17 over 120 V sub 2, pero ito ay naka-squared. Yan. Is equal to 2 times 9.81 meter per second squared times 5.15 meters. So, yung V sub 2 na makakompute natin dito ay yun yung ating V sub 2 na kailangan kasi yun yung lalabas doon sa inyong gate. So, solving those two equations simultaneously, so, pwede kayong gumamit ng quadratic or, yun nga, in this case, mukhang mas effective na gumamit na kayo ng shift solve. Pero tandaan, pag nag-shift solve kayo sa calculator, isa sa mga suggestion ko ay huwag kayong mag-input ng 0. Okay? So, what do I mean? Pag nag-start na kayo ng solving, shift, pag pinindot yung shift tapos solve, maglagay kayo ng known value or expected value ninyo. So, in this case, so, siguro, kung shift solve ko yan, pagka shift solve ko, lagay ko value 20. No, kasi nga, di ba kanina yung air nasa 30, mas magaang yun. So, ang velocity siguro ng tubig, mas less than doon. So, let's say 20. So, in this case, pag shift solve na natin to, using your calculator, it will give us 10.154. Yan. 42804 meters per second. So, ito na yung velocity sa kabilang side ng gate. So, exit velocity. So, this is your exit velocity. In this case, ito rin yung inyong actual velocity. Hindi. Theoretical pa din to. No, theoretical pa rin pala. Sorry. Theoretical velocity pa din. So, yun nga lang. Ito yung inyong exit velocity. Yun nasa labas ng inyong pipe. So, this is a theoretical velocity. Theoretical kasi gumamit tayo ng without head loss equation ng Bernoulli. So, for us to compute, ito na pinapaham sa atin, no? Discharge na tayo. So, actual discharge. So, QA. So, actual discharge natin, sabi natin, QA is equal to area nung paglabas ng A sub 2 and actual velocity, wherein yung ating actual velocity is C sub V multiplied by V sub 2. Okay, so ayan yung ating yan yung pinapahanap sa atin. Okay, so yan yung natin, yan yung ating kailangang isolve. So let's proceed. So, Q sub A is equal to yung A sub 2 natin, that is 0.85 meters by 1 meter times C sub V natin. Ano ba yung binigay sa problem? So, binigay sa atin sa problem is 0.95. Nakalagay din dito. Yan, 0.95. So, 0.95 multiplied by yung na-compute natin na 10.1544, yan na lang, 3 meters per second. Okay. So pag tinuloy natin yan, okay, so it will give us a value na nasa 8 point something. 8 point something. Q sub A is 8.1997. Yan. Cubic meter per second. Okay. Pero tandaan, ito ay per meter. Lagyan natin ang word na per meter. So, per meter width. Okay? Per meter width. Ano yung width na yan? Yung binanggit sa problem. Ito. Ayan. Ito yun. Okay? Per meter width. Okay? So, this is our answer. 8.1997 cubic meter per meter width.